Today I'm reviewing the Skytech King 95 gaming PC desktop with Ryzen 7 9700X and NVIDIA RTX 5070. If you want to check current pricing or availability, it's linked below. I've used this system as my everyday desktop for gaming, multimedia, and multitasking, extended sessions in AAA titles, switching between productivity apps, and background utilities running alongside games. These impressions reflect real use, not just spec sheets. Let's set expectations clearly. This is a full-sized gaming desktop aimed at strong performance in current titles and general use without pushing into boutique or ultra-enthusiast territory. It's not the smallest or quietest rig you can buy, and it isn't tuned for niche professional workloads, but it's built to deliver consistent performance where most gamers live. Performance in real use with the Ryzen 7 9700X sitting at a 3.8 GHz base and 5.5 GHz turbo. Responsiveness feels solid whether launching apps, browsing with many tabs, or switching between tasks. It doesn't hesitate under typical multitasking loads, and gaming sessions feel fluid, even when pushing modern AAA titles. The RTX 5070 with 12 GB of GDDR7 handles high refresh 1080p gaming comfortably. In competitive shooters and action titles, it keeps frame pacing steady on high settings. At 1440p, performance remains practical with settings tuned for consistency rather than maximum eye candy. It isn't chasing the absolute highest frame rates in its class, but it delivers what a balanced GPU should in everyday gaming. Thermals and noise. Thermal behavior is practical. During long gaming sessions, temperatures rise predictably, and the cooling system keeps things stable without sudden throttling. Fans are noticeable under load. It isn't silent, but the sound settles into a steady hum rather than erratic bursts. In light use, web browsing or light media, noise drops back down to a gentle level. Memory, storage, and power. The star 32 GB of DDR5 RAM, 6000 MHz, gives headroom for multitasking and heavier workloads without memory pressure. I didn't notice slowdowns when switching between games, editing content, and browsing with multiple tabs. It feels responsive rather than constrained. The star 1TB Gen4 SSD offers quick boot times and snappy load screens. Game installs and content libraries feel accessible without waiting, and the capacity strikes a balance between performance and practicality. For many users, 1 TB is enough to start without juggling space, though large libraries might push toward a secondary drive eventually. The 850W Gold PSU gives reasonable power headroom with efficiency, which helps stability and future-proofing without unnecessary heat or noise from a marginal supply. Build quality and usability. The chassis feels solid without being overly flashy. RGB elements are present if you want visual accents, but they don't dominate. Cable routing inside feels sensible, and port placement keeps peripherals within easy reach. Setup was straightforward, plug in and use without fuss. Limitations. Honestly address. This isn't designed to compete with ultra-high-end rigs sporting top-tier GPUs like the RTX 4090 5090 equivalents or extreme overclocked CPUs. If you want bleeding-edge performance at 4K and maximum settings in every title, those higher tiers remain ahead. Noise under load is real. It's not a quiet room machine, and if silence in the media room is your priority, this won't disappear into the background at full tilt. Comparisons and positioning. Compared with entry-level desktops, the King 95 shows a noticeable step up in both gaming and multitasking capability. Against higher-tier enthusiast builds, it trades peak horsepower for a more balanced, approachable performance level. Where this system makes the most sense is for people who want reliable 1080p and strong 1440p gaming performance, use their PC for gaming and everyday productivity, prefer a turnkey desktop over building from parts, value practical memory and storage without immediate upgrades. It's less ideal if your priority is absolute top-end gaming benchmarks, whisper quiet operation, or ultra-premium workstation use. Bottom line. In everyday use, the Skytech King 95 delivers consistent, predictable performance with sensible thermals and practical responsiveness. It doesn't chase extremes, and it doesn't obscure the trade-offs inherent in its component choices. Check current pricing below and evaluate it against your needs.